3 out of 4 people with mental health problems receive no support at all. Imagine what it would look like if mental health and physical health were treated equally. I'm Sarah Corbett from the Craftivist Collective, and we're working in collaboration with Mind, the mental health charity. We've made this kit because we need your help to campaign for health equality. Now let's get crafting. So you've got your kit. It's all made super ethically in the UK, and here is everything inside. So we have your lovely envelope, your positive note, which is vital. You've got your needle and threads, just a little bit important. Got a lovely little stamp for your envelope. Got 2 little buttons, so it's sealed very beautifully. We have a postcard so you can see a completed kit that's done, but also it's got a lovely message written on so you can send it to a friend to encourage them to join this crafternoon craftivism kit. Then we have some instructions, and don't be scared, but there is a lot of information on this so that you make the most effective craftivism envelope and note you could possibly make. And you've got all your little steps here that we're going to go through on this video as well. And then last but not least, we got 2 little stickers. One to say that you've joined the Crafternoon with Mind, one to say that you're part of the Craftivist Collective. So you've got everything you need. Now you just need to know how to use it. First step to take is to trim the edges of your envelope. You've got a little pink perforated line to follow, and where there's a little stick coming out, it just means you've got to change angle a little bit. Next is to address your envelope to your MP. If you don't know who your MP is, don't worry, there's a website on the instructions and it's super easy to find out. So you want to get a normal biro and write their name nice and big, because remember you're going to be stitching over their name, and make sure it's in your friendliest and prettiest handwriting, because sometimes capital letters can look a bit shouty. And now you want to get your thread and your needle. Your needle is in your thread, so just put it on the table for later. And you want to cut your thread the length of your arm. So it's a good length, because if it's too long, you get tangled up in yourself. If it's too short, you have to rethread it all the time. So from your thumb to your shoulder is a really good length. And then one of the differences you'll notice in craftivism with other forms of activism, it's a slow form of activism. So your thread, you have 6 strands, and you want to separate it into 2 groups of 3, so 3 and 3. And you have to do this slowly, otherwise you make a knot or you break the thread. So you want to hold it up and slowly unravel it. And basically that means that it calms you down, it slows you down, it clears your mind from lots of other chitter chatter, and you can really focus on making the best gift for your MP possible. We've created 3 questions in this project for you to reflect on while you're crafting. One brilliant thing about craftivism is that done well, it helps you, the craftivist, go deeper and really be the change that you wish to see in the world. While you're stitching, you're creating crafter thoughts. What's a crafter thought? They're just your thoughts while you're crafting. But these thoughts matter, and we want you to focus them on a particular purpose, which is how your beautiful and positive note will encourage your MP to help the government put mental health on equal footing with physical health. Now you want to make a little knot in one end, and the other end, you're going to thread your needle. And then you want to do a simple back stitch from the back. You can't see the writing from the back, so you need to keep poking your needle through the front, and you'll be surprised at how your hands will know where to go. So just keep prodding, and if you make mistakes, you can just unpick it and start again. Even if you can stitch fast, take your time, not only for your crafter thoughts, but also because by stitching carefully, you're showing your MP that you care and you're creating something pretty that surely they'll want to keep. Next is you're going to stitch on your unique stamp onto your envelope with one strand of thread and just a simple running stitch. The stamp, like everything else in this kit, is totally unique to this project. By buying your kit, 100% of profits go to Mind to continue to provide advice and support to empower anyone experiencing a mental health problem. So you finished your envelope and it looks pretty good. But don't let that stop you if you want to make it even more creative. You could add in more coloured thread. You could have a border of some ribbon if you've got any. You could attach some buttons. You could have a bit of bling with some sequins. You could draw with some coloured felts or pencils. Or some crafters watching this might have a number of different embellishments that they want to add to their envelope to make it as bespoke and beautiful for their MP as possible. So now you're on the back, and what you want to do now is sew 2 seams down your envelope with a running stitch like you have with your stamp, but this time with 3 strands of thread, so a bit thicker. And throughout the whole process, don't forget that you've got your 3 questions in your instructions to help with those crafter thoughts. And you don't have to do it on your own. You could have a whole afternoon with friends or family to craft and call it a crafternoon. This stage, you're adding on your buttons and thread fastener, so it looks like this. Make sure your buttons are stitched over the top of the X mark on your envelope. And we've picked yellow as a hopeful colour to encourage your MP. The process of opening your letter by unwrapping the thread is a very interactive one, which engages your MP from the very start. You've completed your envelope, which is a beautiful and therefore powerful way to present your message, and now it's time to write it. We've created a positive note template to handwrite yourself. I've used a fountain pen because for me, seeing that ink makes the message feel more important. But make it your own. Keep it positive, encouraging, and with a clear ask. Your last step in your kit is to actually deliver your positive note. Ideally, you do it in person, whether it's on your own or whether it's a bundle from your crafternoon. If you can't deliver it in person, then think about putting it in a really nice envelope that is worthy of your positive note. So come join us. This is a really important issue and we can make a difference on it. So order your kits, plan your crafternoon, put the kettle on, and let's make the world a better place, one stitch at a time.